Alright guys, another video from the White Shorts Club. We got Kaichou and I'm Myth. We're continuing our band league profiles, talking about Hello Happy World this time around.
Oh, right. Hello Happy World with this new stuff, it's pretty interesting, but it's still the same basic wind.
Regardless of if you use the old finisher or the extra booster finisher or the new fever or the new set 2 finisher, you're gonna play a wind one way or another.
Yeah,
So,
so right. Starting off, we play 4 Akatsuki's. It's your standard Akatsuki pitch card, look out for ad. But this one's special because it only adds yellow, so none of that mixing band stuff.
they knew.
Yeah, they knew. Pretty much band lock. It's almost as bad as paste though.
Yeah.
And then going on to your beaters, the new Kanan. She's on attack. If you have 2 or more other Hello Happy World, so no sinning, she gains 2k power. And then when you trigger check a trigger icon, this card gets 1 soul. So she swings big damage in open lanes if you trigger a
Isn't
soul.
that a Hagami, not a Kanan?
It's a Hagami, right. Yeah, I'm totally. Yeah. It's a Hagami, dude.
Bro.
Dude, I can't read.
But yeah, so those 2 are kind of your primary attackers.
Yeah, utilities and then your beat sticks. Yeah, 4k, pretty big.
Yeah.
And then moving on, you have your Brainstormer from the multi-live set. I only play 4 here because I play an extra Brainstormer from the new set. But this one is your tap to salvage Brainstormer. Pretty not privileged, if I do say so myself.
But it also climax combos with the wind.
It's from the multi-live wind though, so basically it's just a tap to salvage Brainstormer. Yeah, nothing much there.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah, we don't talk about it. You have 2 Kokoro drop switches. This is your free level 3 in the center slot because you gain a soul. So, sometimes you just need a 2 soul beater and you don't have one, so just slam her down the middle.
Tempo play, dude.
Yeah, free damage.
Yep.
And then next you have your Hagami stock bombs from the volume 1. She's a stock bomb, and she when your opponent plays a climax, you may send her to stock. So there's just more ways for you to get some stock and deny some on-reverse combos if people do play those in Band League. Shouldn't be too bad.
I mean, there's bound to be a few. Probably probably someone playing a Lisa combo. Probably some Sugami combos if they play Afterglow. It does dodge a few things. So
dodge a few things. It's pretty good in the meta deck too. But just in case you want to hard move those bombs or those beat sticks that your opponent has, that your 4K can't get over.
4 or 5 beater. I guess I gotta get.
I guess gotta bomb it. Yeah. And I played 2 of the Kanan. She's your Amagi for the deck, or she's just more additional mill, more additional pluses. So her first effect is when you trigger the 1/0 Kokoro, which is the combo in this deck. It's from Volume 1, and the 1/0 Mashao that we don't play. You can put the top of your clock or top of your stock into hand. So it's just basically for you to grab your level 1 combo. And then her second effect is when you play a climax, you pay 1, look it up to 4 of your deck, and add a Hello Happy World, no sinning. So just ways to get some more hand advantage.
Also, English players, please stop calling it a Lifa. It's an Amagi.
Unlucky, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
We also have a couple 1-ofs. We got
your level 0 1-ups. You have your Jinsu, also from Kantai. Clock the top of your deck, pitch a card, search your deck for a yellow climax, though. We're not as privileged as Kantai. And then give another character 1k. People don't remember that effect, but it comes in handy sometimes.
It's give someone else 1k, right? Or
yeah, it's give someone else 1k.
Alright, so you can't just suddenly drop a 3k Jinsu out of nowhere. And call
let me do a fact check real quick.
I'm pretty sure it's someone else.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's someone else too, but no, it says choose one of your characters.
Okay, I guess you can have a 3k Jinsu.
She's a 3k beat stick, so if you ever forget to play another character, you pump it on herself. And yeah, this is new Kanan from the new set. She's on play, you get a top check. It's top or bottom. And then second effect is you may mill the top of your deck. If it has a trigger icon, you can draw a ditch.
pretty useful utility option. Lets
Yeah,
you.
pretty utility option. Uh, Top check's always nice, and some hand filters. And then next, the last one we play is your Agami Brainstormer. It's your fourth Brainstormer. This card gives all your level zeros in front of it 1k power, and Brainstorm, pay 1, mill 4. For every climax, salvage 1, pitch 1. Switch the hand filter. I mainly play her for the 1k power, because power is important. If you have 3k Akatsus on the board, dude, that's like vanilla size Akatsus. Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider like how much power that level 0 game for Hell Happy tends to be, like you get some pretty big numbers that stick around. Like you get what,
Yeah.
5k beaters,
5k beat sticks, like your Kokoro's are 3ks. Your stock bomb's 2k, maybe that matters sometimes.
I mean, it helps
But,
you beat over something on defense, on offense,
yeah,
and
so,
then you have the defensive stock bombing.
yeah, that stock bomb is really nice. And then moving on to our level 1s, you play 4 of the Kokoro combo. This is your standard combo that people used to play in the first set. It's on play 15, or not 15, 2k, on play 2k. If you have another music character, so empty board, she doesn't gain power. Real condition. Yeah, so she's a 6k beat stick. Climax combo with the stock soul, or a shot if you want to play a shot from the multi-live set. Choose up to 2 of your characters, and those characters get the following ability. When damage is cancelled, you may salvage 1. So she's your main level 1 plussing.
Although you kind of only plus when your opponent is a good player in a way, because
Yeah, so a lot of times first deck refresh, they're not usually meant to cancel. But, if they don't cancel, that means they're taking damage, right? So you're theoretically ahead somehow.
as our friend Wins, who does play Hello Happy World a fair amount, likes to say, you either get card advantage or you get damage advantage, or something like that.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stackable, it's really nice. Then moving on, you have the new Kokoro from the new set. It's your basic 6/5 beater. Plus 3k on your turn if you have another music character. Great condition. And then she has twin drop. Pay 1, trigger check twice. She's mainly there as your beat stick level 1.
Kind of your secondary level 1.
Yeah, secondary level 1. Her turn driving can pay out those climaxes. Yeah, it's pretty nice too.
Yep. It's very useful for like battle step related shenanigans where you might trigger like a wind, actually use the wind effect, and then you can pay it out to put it back in your deck. So it has good situations.
Or beat sticks. The next one, also from the new set, you have these Kokoro stock bombs. So it's a cost 0 stock bomb, which is pretty nice sometimes. But sometimes they play 1/1s, and you can't really deal with that, so it's kind of sad.
But I mean, there are very few decks, mainly in Band League, that plays 1/1s. It's like Standby.
Yeah, Standby usually, but yeah, most of the time you're gonna like you get your plus off, or get your trade off. It's not too bad in this deck.
There's also the perfect out to Fever.
Yeah, it's also pretty nice. It's also it's a lot better than the new Fever deck, the combo. But I'll talk about that later. But yeah, I don't run that combo over this one. I've tried the other combo. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's decent. Then moving on to your counters. This deck doesn't really have anything worth countering because they're pretty small on defense anyways, but they're more soul triggers, so you might as well just play it in the case it does come up. So your first counter is 1/1 Karuka, or Karu. She's if you have 4, if your whole board is yellow, you get to blind stock 1.
So as long as you're playing band, so as long as you're playing Band League, you basically have a 2k for 0
2K.
stock.
It's nice because sometimes you're clean and you just blind stock that 1 clean card.
Sometimes you just tell your opponent, "I'll just take the damage now."
Yeah, or sometimes you blind stock a climax, and it happens.
Yeah.
The next card is the Misaki
Michelle.
counter,
Yeah.
but it's freaking named Misaki for some reason. Michelle counter, dude. Unlucky. Yeah, it's your also your 2K counter, and it gives one of your characters, when an opponent's character is reverse, you have to put that in memory. Your classic
Some
memory kick counter.
comes in handy sometimes.
Yeah, maybe it matters at level 3, right? If they're playing something, you just like knock out you're playing that. Um, does Rinku need a full border reset? She does, right?
It's all characters are Roselia, not necessarily a full board. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe relevant, maybe just memory kick their restand target. Rip Lisa.
Yikes,
Yeah.
dude.
Options.
Yeah.
Move on to your level 2s. You don't play that many level 2s. You play double Kaoru. They're both anti-change. The first one is anti-change stock bomb. The Kaichou effect is irrelevant, so you don't play it. And the second one is from the new set. It's a pitch 2 anti-change counter.
It's pretty standard, but
Yeah,
you have two options.
Yeah, none of that stock cheese in this deck.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so then moving on to your level 3s. This is where it gets spicy. I love this card. Misaki is such a nice artwork. So it's on play from the change effect or from your hand. You get to salvage a music character.
Yeah.
And then beginning of your Anchor step, if you have the wind in your climax zone, you can pay 2 pitch 1, mill 6, and burn equal to the amount of trigger icons revealed, and she gains 1k until end of opponent's turn. So it's basically your finisher at the end. You don't need to really reverse anything. She just needs to be on the board. It's just extra damage you get a push off.
It's also an encore step where the damage isn't really interactable at that point, so
yeah.
It comes into play. Really clutch.
Yeah. You can even do it if they like rest counter you playing Afterglow. You're like, okay, sure.
All right, I guess I don't get that extra stock.
Yeah, I don't get that extra stock, but yeah. It's for number trigger icons revealed. So since in this deck we play double soul icons, you can burn for an extra damage if you reveal double soul. Just extra damage.
I like Mother's Rosario.
True. Yeah, and she gains 1k, so she's 11k on defense. With a counter, maybe 13 to 13.5 reasonable defensive power against like maybe Yukina. It's possible.
Against
if they don't have
Yukina,
like level assist.
Yeah. Against Yukina, it's possible.
It's possible. You know, they're playing Fever in Afterglow. GG for them. 11k beat sticks.
Pastel Palettes? Gets
Aya or Chisato is 11-12. Maybe they don't have level 13. So yeah, you might be tied.
No, but you memory kick their color so that they don't have color.
True, they don't get color. Yeah, that matters sometimes. She's pretty big. And then the next card is to change target. The other Misaki. It's on play. You get a heal and climax count with the same wind as the first one. At the end of this card's attack, if you have the win, you can sack this card and you can change into the 3-2 Misaki before from your waiting room rested.
At the end of her attack, right?
Yeah, end of her attack.
So, as long as she attacks, you're good. So, none of that afterglow rest counter shenanigans.
Yeah, if they rest counter, then you're GG. Yeah, but the good thing is you can just crash her in and then just change into the 2-1.
Yeah.
And you still get your combo off. It's pretty nice. It's a healer. So you don't have to play that cheese box topper healer or any of that stuff. And you play your...
Changes from waiting room?
Change from waiting room, yes.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about having your Misakis anywhere that you can't get access to.
Yeah, and then like you change into the Misaki, and the Misaki is on play salvage, so you can just grab the healer back.
Yeah.
If you really need to heal next turn. Sometimes it sucks because I don't have... I first tested this build with 3 of the well, we'll call it Fever Misakis because it's an Uncle Face, but I played 3, so then one was on the board, one was in my hand, and the other one was not in the waiting room, so I was like, rip, I can't change.
Oh no.
And yeah, it happens sometimes.
Rip Kaichou, dude.
But yeah, that's why I play 4 now.
But to close out your top end, you also have the Musashi.
Standard Musashis. If your opponent cancels, you mill top card, burning to level +1. It's just some extra finishing power you need. Ideally, your finisher, you would play two of the burners, or one of the healers, and then one Masashi. Just extra damage. It's free damage.
She also has a
Ooh.
climax combo that we don't talk about because
Yeah, who likes ripping 9 cards out of their deck? Yeah.
yeah.
And then this new Kokoro from Multi Live. I just play one of it. So she's on play, draw 2, ditch 2, so she can grab your climax if you need to. And she
Draw 2,
combos with
ditch
the
2?
stock soul. Draw 2, pitch 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, draw 2, pitch 1. She combos with the stock soul, the same combo as the Kokoro. On play the stock soul, you can choose one of your Hello Happy World characters, and that character gets 2k, 1 soul, and cancel burn 1.
Little extra like peck damage here and there.
Extra damage. If you like, I could play more, but we're just hoping to play the new Fever combo instead. So I just play one for the draw 2 ditch 2 in case you you don't have climaxes. If not, you can just cut her out and play with the 3/2 Karuko that digs X on play if you really want to play digging climaxes.
I mean, that one, the Kaoru's in early play if you have the Amagi and the
1/1.
Yeah,
the
support.
Row. Yeah, you can also play that. You have Jinsu, so you don't really need, most of the time you don't really need climaxes. But if you're like a 3/6 and you don't have a Misaki healer in your hand, it's helpful sometimes.
Sometimes you just need to go time for some of your cards, and
yeah, you can also stack that burn on your Musashi, so it's spicy.
You never know.
You don't know if you need to.
All right, and then we also have a list from our friend Wins. This one centers more around the multi-live Wind, so most of the cards here are relatively the same. You still play the Akatsuki's, you still play the Beat Stick. The Brainstorm Climax combo is now more relevant, though.
Yeah, it's a lot more relevant.
The effect is that when you play the Climax, you can assign a character 1k and then the Twin Drive effect. So it's useful. It comes into play pretty often. Helps you get some pretty big offensive power. Like
yeah, and then just combo with the multi-life combo. If you trigger check a soul trigger, get a search one. So double soul trigger means, or two triggers with soul means you get 2 searches.
Yeah,
just standard. You don't really play much. You have the addition of like the beat stick, and then like you play the new Kanan to like top check your deck, so you can get more guaranteed hits off your Hagami at the end.
But it's like, so to talk about the Kokoro level 1 combos with the same Wind, it gets power on attack, I believe, right?
It's your turn, it gets 1k, so it's 5/5 on your turn, and then climax combo it gains another 15.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's 5/5 6 7k, climax 8k. It's pretty big. Twin drive for
9k.
1k to 9k.
Yeah, some big numbers.
It's you play double level 1 combo here and double level 3 combo. Just your standard deck. You have flexibility.
It also gets you a lot of good mileage out of your Jinsu, because then if you have your hand set up for combo 1, but you happen to draw climax, the other climax, you can just Jinsu and just swap yourself out real quick.
Yeah, get the other climax real quick.
Otherwise, the main thing to talk about in terms of the top end are that the Hagami is on play, draw 1, pitch 1, and then choose an opponent's character, return it to their hand. So free bounce, pretty good.
Free bounce, yep.
And then climax combo on attack, reveal the top card. If it has a trigger icon, you get a burn 3. So, I mean,
that was a good card.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty solid. Especially since you can do if you give her the twin drive, you get 2 instances, right? So
no. It's once.
Okay.
It's just the twin drive guarantees save you the first one to finish.
It's just a hit confirm, basically.
Yeah.
If all else fails. Otherwise, we run the Misaki healer as well from the.
Yeah, and this deck you play the multi-life healer because you can't really play the other healer. This one, at least the beat stick, it's 12k on your turn, so it's relevant for power.
Yeah, so
it's your standard healer.
So like in terms of it, it's kind of like So, Kaicho, what are your thoughts? Kind of like with the new win versus the multi-live win. Like,
Well, I think the multi-live win, it's a lot more consistent because it gives you like a good amount of damage. Like you're burning 3, swing for 4.
yeah,
It's like playing Sunshine, right? Burn 3, swing 4 standard. The new win, it's nice because it gives you more damage potentially, but sometimes it doesn't give you damage. Like on average, it's like it mills around like 2 to 3. Also,
cause it, cause the multi-live win gives you a lot more like flexibility with like playing out your turns. So you're
yeah,
not
it's
like,
also less stock too. You only need 6 stock to pull up the multi-life combo.
yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like you have a lot more flexibility with like extending your plays where you can get situations like going from stock soul combo into wind combo, and there's and then you set up for like your end game where you can just sit on the healers for like a turn before deciding it's go time with the Hagami, for example.
hmm
Whereas with
yeah,
the Fever or the set to win, it feels a little more. I wouldn't say one dimensional. It's more like one track where it's like you definitely wanna when you hit 3, you'd prefer to jam the wind.
yeah. You have a lot more kill pressure with the new wind.
Yeah.
And like the Stomplay Salvage is nice because you can just keep grabbing your combo pieces as opposed to like draw one, ditch one. The bounce usually isn't relevant because if you're bouncing the front row, then you're swinging for even more damage. That's like just big numbers.
But like there are some situations where that bounce definitely can. I think in
Yeah,
Band League the bounce will definitely come in handy because then you bounce Akko so for
yeah,
Return of
that
the
matters. Like the Hell Happy Roach inherently counters pace though with wins.
yeah because goodbye color.
Yeah,
Um,
against popping, if they're playing standby, you can bounce that.
um, against Afterglow, it's like you just kind of do it and
Yeah, it just happens. Not, you can't really do anything by Afterglow.
well
I mean,
actually
you can
no
bounce
because
their
it
board
stops the
for their rest.
yeah it stops the rest counter at the very
Yeah, you can
least.
bounce like one of their characters in the back row, anyways, and the rest counter just dies.
Yeah. So it's like it kind of depends on like how you want to play it. I think because we talked to Nisei Boy last week about Pastel, and we were kind of like trying to. He was kind of figuring out his tier list of the bands for Band League. I think Hello Happy World's a good benchmark for like.
Like on average, like the middle slot.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Hello Happy World's kind of that example of like when it pops off, it's good, but like it's kind of like meh when it doesn't pop off
Yeah.
because
hmm
you know since you're playing the stock soul slash shot combo, that's dependent on your opponent canceling. So if they just eat the damage, you
You're
kind
bleeding hand
of
a lot. Yeah.
yeah. So it's just
Yeah. I
those
mean,
type of
yeah. Speaking of
situations.
combos, like you have the new Fever combo, and then the
Yeah,
second set. So it's a 1-0-4-5. It inherently gains 1k if you have 2 or more. So 5-5, and then combos with the shots. Begin with your encore step. If your opponent's board is non-existent or reversed, you can pay 1 salvage 2, and this card gains 1k. So basically, this card, it's meant for you so you can like grab your pieces and keep looping the Kanan because she's 6-5 on defense. So you counter, that's 8-5. That's a decent size
because
to
the
play.
idea with playing the Kanon Fever is it's kind of more of a machine gun type of where you kind of just like spit out cards and throw them in the waiting room, and then you go for the fever. That way, you just keep getting access to everything.
Yeah, it's also a lot better with the stock bomb now because you can just bomb one of the lanes that are too big, anyways.
Yeah, so like you get access to a lot more. Like I wouldn't say because Hello Happy World rarely has a problem with breaking boards. I've
Yeah,
noticed, but it's like there are just certain matchups like standby popping party with the new 1-1 Remy that could get annoying for a Kanon. So
yeah,
now
she
you
can't
have like
reverse
Plan
that.
B with like playing wind or like trying out different variations because
Yeah, because I think I tested out a con with the multi-life set. So you if you can't go into Kanan, you just go into the secondary level 1 combo and just get your triggers and go
yeah.
from there. Like Kanan's a good card, but like sometimes he can't deal with those pesky 1/1s.
But then that's why wind is a good trigger against pesky
Yeah.
1/1s because
Wind is a good trigger, and shot in the late game is pretty nice too.
yeah. So like that's also something that I wanted to bring up is like the stock soul versus the shot kind of like
Yeah, so it's kind of like the idea of stock cell gives you a plus, or it gives you a card, and the win in the late game gives you like more damage, right? And it's like the trade off you want. Like every time you play stock cell, you get a card, or you want like to wait until late game and trigger your shots.
right.
Personally, I like playing stock cell. Like empty stocks always feels good because you can just
Stock soul pass.
stock cell pass and then get an Amagi out of that.
Yeah.
Like there are certain places that are better. I would probably play like if I had to choose for Kokoro's combo, I think Stock Cell's just still better.
Yeah. I mean, because the idea is that basically the shot is more about putting that pressure in the late game with like just getting your like Musashi's to trigger a shot and then your opponent just looks at you like yikes. Whereas with the stock soul, because you want your opponent to cancel usually, so like if you swing for like 4s and 5s, like eventually something is bound to cancel, and ideally,
yeah, eventually you'll stack 3 and 3, and then they'll cancel one. And you're like, okay, I got a free hand.
But yeah,
or they eat 7 damage. You know.
Yeah, those are definitely possibilities. I definitely think Hello Happy World has like one of the bigger like damage outputs in terms of like the actual attack, purely because they're so threatening. Because it's like on attack, you're top checking and punishing your opponent for getting soul triggers, or your Musashi, or you're the level 1 combo, or you're hitting triggers.
Driving.
So
like
it's
twin
like
driving for double triggers, like insane.
Yeah. So it's like you have a lot of like I wouldn't say it's like your damage pressure is like stretched out throughout the entire game since you have level 0 and level 1 twin drive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like until you get to the end game, which is where most people tend to get their big damage like spikes, like Hello Happy World just kind of has a consistent amount of this is our damage ceiling in a given turn, and I think that's a pretty scary prospect. I definitely think that Ban League Hello Happy World can sack some people.
Yeah, those big damages.
Yeah. So that about does it for Hello Happy World for our Ban League profiles. Next week we'll be doing Afterglow, I believe.
Yeah.
So be sure to stick around for that, and then after that will be Roselia, and that'll conclude our little mini series of like Ban League deck profiles. But yeah, if you like this type of content, please give us a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to see more of. More content coming soon. Yeah. See you guys.
And see ya.